Hello and welcome to episode 4 of IAs in the Loop. In this episode, Gary Robinson meets Phil Story, Senior Executive Officer and Head of Distribution at Investors Trust.
Phil, wonderful to see you again.
Thank you, Gary.
I seem like, we do this every year that I'm in Dubai. I'm in Dubai a lot more this year. But it's really great to see you, and thank you for giving us some time today to talk about Investors Trust and the ever-evolving empire that Investors Trust has, and yourself as sort of head of the EMEA region, which is pretty much the world apart from a small bit. There's a lot of changes. First off, how's things going from here in the Middle East, and how's the EMEA landscape looking?
Yeah, if you look back historically, obviously we had a very good year last year. Business was up by 24%, which we're very happy with. Some of the areas that we really were focusing on the growth in Africa, particularly, is starting to come through now. We've put a lot of work in there into sort of the technical side of things to get the right support for the advisors over there. And that's starting to come good, particularly in South Africa. So that's been very strong. Then in the region here, in the sort of Middle East side of things, again, I think just the overall business model within the Middle East, and you've seen it, I'm sure, this week in Dubai, it's busy everywhere. And there's been a lot of demand just coming through from the local market here, just with the natural growth of the economy and the ecosystem here. Europe, we were very strong last year again in a number of jurisdictions where we have some good tax benefits, which has helped. Overall very happy. And then Q1 again has started even stronger than that. So very positive there, with nearly 40% increase in business compared to the Q1 last year, which extremely happy with, and very proud of the team for all of the work they've put in to be able to do that. Obviously, hopefully that will continue now for the rest of the year, but there's a little bit of market turbulence at the moment, and we've got to obviously take that into account as well.
So difficult, isn't it, at the moment, just to keep on top of what's happening in the world, with the disruptor, whatever you want to call him, Trump, who's getting a gaff here, isn't he? He's building his big Trump Tower here in Dubai.
Oh, I saw that in the news, yes.
Yeah. It's all over the airline. Yeah. You sort of get that before you watch any of the movies, as you are well aware of. So, tell me a little bit about the team. You mentioned the team here. You've got this team spirit here. There really is something special about the team of ITA. But you've had a couple of changes. You've got new people coming on board. Tell me about those.
Yeah, so over the last year, we've done very well. We won lots of awards for the service we give from here, and I'm very, very proud of that. And the team, obviously, for all the hard work they put into that. There's always changes as we go along, and a couple of very positive ones just in the last year. Sana Khan, who joined us last year, was very pleased just to be able to promote her very recently now up to sales manager. So she's helping to look after the NRI accounts. As a lady who's born and bred in Dubai, she knows the market very well. I've worked with her since my days back in FBI 17 years ago, so really trust her, and she's a really strong character, and very strong dealing with the brokers here, and a lot of knowledge as well of the local market. So that's been fabulous. And then we've got a new gentleman joining in about a week's time, Stuart Cameron, ex-HSBC in Aberdeen, who many people in the market will know here. Again, been around a long time, very good reputation in the market. Extremely knowledgeable on the fund management and the investment side of things. So we're going to be getting him out and about, looking after obviously the more Western IFAs here in the UAE, and also the Africa market as well. As I say, which has been growing really strongly. So we need to just make sure we continue the support we've been giving them there. Really, really pleased to have got him on board. We had some amazing candidates came forward for the role, always a difficult choice, but Stuart was a really good standout candidate, and having known him personally for a long time, I know he's someone who again will fit in with the team here, and build into that team ethos that we have here. He's already met with the girls here, and I think he's going to get on really, really well with them.
Well, many congratulations in that.
Thank you.
It's kind of an exclusive for our audience, isn't it?
It is, yeah, because he's not yet joined. So yeah, but he's confirmed to his employer now, and they've said it's no problem.
Well, many congratulations with that. You've done quite a bit of work in India for a number of years now, and it's becoming a really key market for the industry, isn't it? Tell me about how India fits in with Investors Trust and what's happening over there.
Yeah. So as we've spoken about before, obviously we've been looking at the India market for a long time. The market here in the Middle East is obviously very closely aligned with India, with the NRI population here, and the number of clients that move backwards and forwards between the two, and the number of advisors who move backwards and forwards between the two. So we've always had a bit of a presence over there, just that remote sort of side of things. So we've been looking at the best way to get into the market there. And we were recently given the provisional approval for the Gift City license in the Gujarat International Free Zone and Technology Zone, which fits us very, very nicely because it's financial and technology, which is perfect from our side. So we're just in the final stages now. The office is all now open and ready for business. We're just waiting for the final bits like the bank account and those sort of final bits just to drop into place. The team's being recruited. So we have Fazal, who's the principal officer there, already on board, and he's just finalizing all of those last details and starting to talk to the advisors over there about terms of business and getting up and going there. A compliance officer will join very shortly, just waiting for her to finish her probation period, and then she can join us. Her notice period. And then we'll look to expand from there with the team. I think India is a massive opportunity. If you look at the scale of the amount of money that's invested now offshore from India, the proportion of home buyers, should we say, is dropping quite dramatically as the weakening rupee has obviously made the dollar obviously a far safer investment criteria. Maybe it'll be more euro and sterling going forward, we'll see. But they definitely see the benefits of more offshore investing. And they have their LRS system, the limited remittance system there, where money is approved by government to come out to a certain amount. It's sort of capital controls, but to a pretty high level of $250,000 per individual. So it's a decent amount and a good target audience for us. Husband and wife with $500,000 to invest, ideal client for our sort of products. When you're looking at that sort of client looking to invest offshore for the longer term, for their children, for the grandchildren, and so on.
Really great, and many congratulations on that as well. It's a good year for ITA here in your neck of the woods, isn't it? 40% up. So many congratulations on all of that. We have our podcast, so for our listeners and viewers that want to know some behind the scenes work.
Yeah.
Phil's face there. What's he going to say now?
I know you like to spring surprises. So.
Phil is a friend of mine who I really respect his opinion. So when we're looking at the name, Phil looked at the names we were considering, and In the Loop came out of that. We hope it catches on as a title. We like to stay in the loop, don't we, Phil?
Yeah, we do.
It's a great
idea.
But thank you for when we were naming this last week for your wise words and all. Oh, you want to see the other names? Ooh, can't say it on here. But anyway, welcome to the podcast, and thanks for being on the show for the first time.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Thanks for watching or listening wherever you get your podcasts. Join us again next time for In the Loop.